Every single day, the toughest battle you will ever face is the one against yourself. You wake up with dreams, ambitions, and goals. Yet it's your own thoughts, doubts, fears, and procrastination that can hold you back. The competition isn't with the person sitting next to you, nor is it with some distant enemy. It's always you versus you. The person you were yesterday, the excuses you made, the opportunities you didn't take, the fear of failure you allowed to control you, those are your real opponents. And the only way to win is by becoming better than you were yesterday. You have the power to shape your reality, but the catch is this: nothing changes unless you do. Nobody can live your dreams for you, and nobody will hand success to you on a silver platter. You must get up, fight for what you want, and confront the version of yourself that wants to take it easy. That version is sneaky. It will whisper in your ear, "Just one more hour of sleep. Tomorrow I'll try harder. It's okay to quit. Nobody will notice." But deep inside, you will know. You will know that you let yourself down. You see, the real pain isn't in failing. Failure is part of growth. The real pain comes from knowing you had the chance to try, to give your best, and you didn't. The key to victory is discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Motivation will come and go, it's fleeting. But discipline? Discipline sticks with you through the tough days. It drags you out of bed when your body begs you to stay under the covers. It makes you hit the gym when all you want to do is binge watch TV. Discipline forces you to focus when distractions are everywhere. And every time you choose discipline over laziness, you are winning the battle against yourself. It's important to remember that the journey won't be easy, and setbacks are inevitable. You will fail, you will fall, and there will be moments when you question why you even started. But success doesn't belong to those who never fall, it belongs to those who refuse to stay down. Every failure is a lesson, a chance to grow stronger. In those moments when life knocks you to your knees, the voice inside that says, "Get up and keep going," is your greatest ally. Don't silence it. Feed it. Listen to it. Because when you rise from your failures, you become unstoppable. It's also crucial to embrace the process of self-improvement. Too often, people compare themselves to others, feeling discouraged when they see someone else succeeding. But your only focus should be on becoming better than the person you were yesterday. It doesn't matter how fast someone else is running their race. What matters is that you are making progress, step by step, no matter how small. And progress isn't always flashy or immediate. Sometimes it's invisible, just the act of showing up every day, grinding in silence, working when nobody is watching. Those little victories add up. The small decisions, like choosing to read a book instead of scrolling through social media, or going for a run instead of staying in bed, shape the person you become. They are the quiet triumphs that build the foundation for future success. Your mind will always try to convince you that comfort is better than growth. But growth only happens outside of your comfort zone. Every time you push yourself to do something difficult, whether it's waking up early, learning a new skill, or stepping into a challenge that scares you, you are expanding your limits. And the more you push, the more you discover how capable you truly are. You start realizing that the limits you once believed in were nothing more than illusions. Your potential is limitless, but only if you are willing to stretch beyond what feels safe. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to have days when you're not at your best. What's not okay is giving up on yourself. You owe it to yourself to see what you are capable of achieving. Don't settle for a life of mediocrity just because the road is hard. Every struggle, every obstacle, every ounce of effort will be worth it when you look back and realize how far you've come. When you realize that the person you are today is someone the old version of you could only dream of becoming. That's when you know you've won the battle against yourself. There will always be a voice that says, "You're not good enough." But there's also a voice that says, "Keep going, you've got this." The choice is yours. Which voice will you listen to? Which version of yourself will you become, the one who makes excuses or the one who takes action? The truth is, nobody can hold you back unless you let them. And most of the time, the only person standing between where you are now and where you want to be is you. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it will never come. Stop waiting for the stars to align, for someone to rescue you, for the fear to go away. Start now, with what you have, where you are. Make the commitment to be better every day, even if it's by just 1%. And when you wake up tomorrow, do it again. Keep moving forward, keep improving, and never forget it's you versus you. And you have everything you need to win. The battle doesn't end after one day, one victory, or one milestone. It's a lifelong fight, a continuous process of overcoming yourself, again and again. Every day presents new challenges. The moment you stop growing, stop pushing, or let complacency creep in, you begin to lose ground. Winning this battle isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it and giving your all, even when the odds seem stacked against you. There will be moments when doubt sneaks in, making you question whether all the effort is worth it. You'll wonder if anyone even notices your hard work or if the progress is too small to matter. But here's the thing, you notice. You know the sacrifices you've made, the nights you stayed up late grinding, and the mornings you drag yourself out of bed when every muscle ached. You know the price you've paid to become who you are now. And that's why you can't quit. You've come too far to turn back. Quitting won't erase the struggle. It will only make it meaningless. Each time you choose to keep going, even when it's hard, you build mental resilience. That resilience will be the armor you wear through life. It will protect you from the voices of negativity, both from within and from others. When someone tells you that you can't achieve something, that it's impossible, or that you're not cut out for it, that mental toughness will remind you that you faced worse and still pushed through. You'll know that the only opinion that matters is the one you have about yourself. The truth is, life will always test you. There will be distractions, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles. People around you may not always understand your journey, and that's okay, they don't have to. This is your race, not theirs. It's you versus you. Every single day, you have a choice to make. Will you give in to the excuses, or will you rise above them? Will you let fear hold you back, or will you step forward despite it? The choice is always yours. And every time you choose to move forward, you're training yourself to become stronger, more focused, more determined. Success isn't a final destination. It's a way of life. It's built in the small, everyday decisions you make, the ones nobody else sees or praises. It's waking up early when no one else is around, practicing when others are partying, and grinding when everyone else is resting. These moments are where champions are made. You may not see the results right away, but they are building silently, shaping you into the person you are destined to become. When things get hard, and they will remember that pressure creates diamonds. Without the struggle, there can be no growth. Embrace the hard days because they are forging your character. The days when everything feels overwhelming are the days that count the most. They're the days when the old version of you would have quit, but now you're different. You've decided that quitting is no longer an option. The version of yourself that you're working toward, the stronger, smarter, more disciplined version, is already within you. You just need to bring it to life by fighting the urge to settle. Don't measure yourself against others. Measure yourself against who you were yesterday. If you've improved in any way, no matter how small, you've already won that day. And then wake up the next day and do it all over again. Progress isn't always a straight path. Some days you'll stumble, some days you'll sprint. What matters is that you keep going, keep striving, and keep believing that you have what it takes. In this journey, you'll discover something powerful. Happiness isn't found at the end of the road, it's found along the way. It's in the struggle, the hustle, and the fight. It's in knowing that you are becoming the best version of yourself, day by day. And that realization is more fulfilling than any external achievement or recognition. The real reward is knowing that you've conquered yourself, that you've beaten the voice of doubt and fear, and that you're in control of your life. It's not just about winning, it's about becoming. Becoming someone who refuses to give up, who embraces challenges, and who keeps moving forward no matter what. It's about knowing that you are your greatest competition, but also your greatest ally. When you realize that the battle is always you versus you, you'll understand that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the version of yourself that's too afraid to try. And once you conquer that version, nothing can stop you. So keep going, keep fighting, keep becoming. Every day, every choice, every effort brings you closer to the person you were meant to be. It's you versus you, and you have everything you need to win. Now go out there and prove it. The beauty of this journey is that the longer you stay committed, the more unstoppable you become. Each time you push past the discomfort, each time you silence the voice telling you to quit, you're sharpening your willpower. With every small victory, your confidence grows. That confidence isn't built overnight, it's forged by the grind, by showing up repeatedly, especially when it's hardest to do so. And soon, you'll realize that the things you once thought were impossible are now your new normal. What was once difficult becomes second nature. What once scared you now excites you. But the battle will never end because the goal isn't to reach a destination, it's to keep growing. The day you stop challenging yourself is the day you stop living fully. Complacency is the silent killer of potential. That's why it's critical to stay hungry, no matter how much you achieve. Every success is just the beginning of the next level. You've got to stay humble and focused because the moment you think you've made it is the moment you'll start slipping. The fight is continuous. You versus you doesn't end with a medal, a paycheck, or a trophy. It ends only when you decide to stop trying, and that's not an option. The secret to staying in the fight is finding your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you pushing yourself? Why do you refuse to quit? Your why is the fuel that will keep you going when motivation fades. It's the reason you'll keep grinding even when the results aren't visible. Maybe it's for your family. Maybe it's for a dream you've carried for years. Or maybe it's simply because you owe it to yourself not to settle for a mediocre life. Whatever it is, hold on to that why and remind yourself of it every day. When the battle gets tough, and that reason will pull you through. When things get hard, and they will remember that pressure creates diamonds. Without the struggle, there can be no growth. Embrace the hard days because they are forging your character. The days when everything feels overwhelming are the days that count the most. They're the days when the old version of you would have quit, but now you're different. You've decided that quitting is no longer an option. The version of yourself that you're working toward, the stronger, smarter, more disciplined version, is already within you. You just need to bring it to life by fighting the urge to settle. Don't measure yourself against others. Measure yourself against who you were yesterday. If you've improved in any way, no matter how small, you've already won that day. And then wake up the next day and do it all over again. Progress isn't always a straight path. Some days you'll stumble, some days you'll sprint. What matters is that you keep going, keep striving, and keep believing that you have what it takes. In this journey, you'll discover something powerful. Happiness isn't found at the end of the road, it's found along the way. It's in the struggle, the hustle, and the fight. It's in knowing that you are becoming the best version of yourself, day by day. And that realization is more fulfilling than any external achievement or recognition. The real reward is knowing that you've conquered yourself, that you've beaten the voice of doubt and fear, and that you're in control of your life. It's not just about winning, it's about becoming. Becoming someone who refuses to give up, who embraces challenges, and who keeps moving forward no matter what. It's about knowing that you are your greatest competition, but also your greatest ally. When you realize that the battle is always you versus you, you'll understand that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the version of yourself that's too afraid to try. And once you conquer that version, nothing can stop you. So keep going, keep fighting, keep becoming. Every day, every choice, every effort brings you closer to the person you were meant to be. It's you versus you, and you have everything you need to win. Now go out there and prove it. The beauty of this journey is that the longer you stay committed, the more unstoppable you become. Each time you push past the discomfort, each time you silence the voice telling you to quit, you're sharpening your willpower. With every small victory, your confidence grows. That confidence isn't built overnight, it's forged by the grind, by showing up repeatedly, especially when it's hardest to do so. And soon, you'll realize that the things you once thought were impossible are now your new normal. What was once difficult becomes second nature. What once scared you now excites you. But the battle will never end because the goal isn't to reach a destination, it's to keep growing. The day you stop challenging yourself is the day you stop living fully. Complacency is the silent killer of potential. That's why it's critical to stay hungry, no matter how much you achieve. Every success is just the beginning of the next level. You've got to stay humble and focused, because the moment you think you've made it is the moment you'll start slipping. The fight is continuous. You versus you doesn't end with a medal, a paycheck, or a trophy. It ends only when you decide to stop trying, and that's not an option. The secret to staying in the fight is finding your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you pushing yourself? Why do you refuse to quit? Your why is the fuel that will keep you going when motivation fades. It's the reason you'll keep grinding even when the results aren't visible. Maybe it's for your family. Maybe it's for a dream you've carried for years. Or maybe it's simply because you owe it to yourself not to settle for a mediocre life. Whatever it is, hold on to that why and remind yourself of it every day. When the battle gets tough, and that reason will pull you through. And understand this: nobody is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. It's entirely up to you. But that's not a burden, it's a gift. Because it means you have control. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't need someone else's approval. And you don't need the perfect circumstances. All you need is the decision to start, the discipline to keep going, and the courage to believe in yourself. The world will always try to distract you. There will always be something or someone trying to pull you off course, a tempting shortcut, an easy way out, or a voice telling you to quit. But distractions only have power if you let them. Stay focused on your path. Keep your eyes on your goals. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you're moving forward. Some days you'll sprint, and some days you'll crawl. But as long as you don't stop, you'll keep making progress. And here's the truth: no one else is fighting the same battle as you. Everyone's struggle is different. That's why comparing yourself to others is pointless. Their timeline isn't your timeline. Their path isn't your path. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Compete with that person, beat that person, and then move on to the next version of yourself. There will be days when self-doubt feels overwhelming. Days when it feels like you're not moving fast enough, like your goals are too far away and nothing is going according to plan. But that's okay. Those days are part of the process. They're the days that test your resolve and force you to dig deeper. When you push through those moments, you become someone you didn't think you could be: a person who doesn't quit when things get tough, a person who knows how to keep going even when the road is long and hard. Ultimately, winning this battle isn't about being perfect. It's not about never failing. It's about becoming resilient. It's about getting knocked down 10 times and getting back up 11. It's about knowing that every setback is just another step in the journey, not the end of it. The challenges you face aren't there to stop you. They're there to shape you. They're making you stronger, tougher, and more capable than you ever thought possible. So don't wait for the stars to align or for everything to feel easy. Start now, right where you are, with what you have. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to fight for it. It's you versus you. And you are the only one who can decide which version of yourself wins: the one who makes excuses or the one who gets up and does the work. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more holding back. The battle is on, and it's time to rise. Every moment is a chance to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts, bigger than your fears, and greater than your limitations. The best version of you is waiting for you to step up, show up, and fight. It's you versus you, and you were born to win. Winning this fight isn't just about a single moment of triumph. It's about winning every day, every hour, every minute. It's about making the tough choices, even when nobody's watching, and choosing the path of growth over the path of comfort. It's not just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't back down, who keeps evolving, and who refuses to let life dictate the terms of their existence. That's what it means to truly win this battle against yourself. Some days, the victories will be small: getting out of bed early, finishing that last set at the gym, or saying no to distractions. Other days, they'll feel monumental: landing that job, conquering a fear, or finally hitting a long-awaited milestone. But no matter the size of the victory, they all matter. Each small decision reinforces the habit of success. Each win, no matter how minor, is a reminder that you have control. These moments stack up, building momentum, and soon you'll find yourself breaking through limits you once thought were impossible. The thing about life is that it will always throw new challenges your way. Just when you think you've mastered one area, another obstacle will appear. That's why the battle is endless. It's not a curse, it's a blessing. The struggle keeps you sharp, hungry, and alive. Without it, you'd stagnate. Growth is painful, but stagnation is lethal. The discomfort you feel now is temporary, but the regret of not trying, of quitting on yourself, will last a lifetime. When you understand this, setbacks no longer feel like failures. They become stepping stones, opportunities to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Every time life knocks you down, it's not asking if you're weak, it's asking how badly you want what you're fighting for. Will you lie there and accept defeat, or will you rise, dust yourself off, and keep going? Those who win the battle against themselves learn to see failure not as the end, but as a necessary part of the process. They understand that each stumble is a chance to sharpen their skills and deepen their resolve. And as you fight through these moments, something amazing starts to happen. You begin to trust yourself. You no longer need external validation to tell you you're on the right path. You stop worrying about the opinions of others because you know deep down that you're doing the work. That trust in yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It's the foundation of true confidence. Not the fleeting confidence that comes from achievements, but the unshakable belief that no matter what happens, you can handle it. There will come a time when you look back and realize just how far you've come. The things that once seemed impossible will now feel routine. The obstacles that once felt insurmountable will be distant memories. But when that moment comes, you won't stop. You'll set new goals, face new challenges, and begin the battle all over again, because now you know that this fight is what makes life meaningful. The journey isn't about reaching a finish line, it's about constantly becoming, constantly evolving. And that's the beauty of you versus you. There is no end to how much better you can become. There is no limit to how strong, wise, or disciplined you can be. Every day is a fresh opportunity to win again, to conquer yourself, and to show the world what you're made of. So keep going, keep rising, keep fighting, even when it feels like nobody sees the effort, even when it feels like progress is slow, even when the road gets dark. Because in the end, the person you are becoming is worth every sacrifice. The victory isn't in the destination, it's in the journey. It's in the struggle, the grind, and the growth. And when you embrace that, when you understand that the only opponent who ever really mattered was yourself, you become unstoppable. It's you versus you. And the moment you decide not to quit, you've already won. You've already won, because the hardest part, the decision to keep going, was the turning point. From here, every step forward is proof that you've taken control of your life, your mindset, and your future. It's no longer about whether you feel motivated or whether things are easy. It's about knowing that no matter what, you will show up, you will put in the work, you will fight for the life you want. Even on the days when everything feels heavy, when nothing seems to make sense, and when giving up feels like the easiest option. This is where true transformation happens, when you push through the resistance. Most people stop when they hit resistance. They think discomfort is a sign to quit, a signal that they've reached their limit. But that's where they get it wrong. Resistance is not a wall, it's a door. And only those willing to push harder, to lean into the discomfort, will discover what's on the other side. Growth, strength, and possibilities they never knew existed. That's why the fight never really ends, it only evolves. As you grow stronger, new challenges will arise, but so will your ability to handle them. What used to break you will now seem like just another step along the way. You'll learn to welcome discomfort, because you'll know it's where growth lives. You'll stop fearing failure, knowing that it's not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Every failure is feedback, it's life, showing you what needs to be improved. The faster you learn to accept this, the faster you'll grow. There's also something powerful in realizing that winning this battle isn't about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it consistently. Perfection is an illusion that holds many people back. But consistency is where real progress lies. Some days will be messy. Some days you'll stumble. But the important thing is to get back up and keep moving forward. Every step, no matter how small, is progress. Every effort, no matter how imperfect, counts. This journey will teach you things you didn't expect. You'll learn that discipline isn't just about forcing yourself to work, it's about freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms, to pursue your dreams without being held hostage by laziness, fear, or doubt. When you discipline yourself, you liberate yourself. You free yourself from the regrets of what if. You open doors that once seemed locked. And along the way, you'll inspire others without even realizing it. People will notice your dedication, your resilience, and your growth. They'll see the way you've transformed through hard work and persistence, and they'll be drawn to it. You won't have to say a word because your actions will speak louder than any speech ever could. Your life will become a testament to the power of persistence and the courage to fight your inner battles. But even then, it's not about impressing others. It never was. This journey has always been about you. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. It's about becoming the kind of person you admire, the kind of person who doesn't need shortcuts or applause to keep going. You're not chasing perfection, you're chasing progress. And as long as you keep moving forward, you are winning. There will be moments when you want to look back to measure how far you've come. That's okay. Take a moment to appreciate the growth, the victories, and even the struggles that shaped you. But don't stay there too long because the future is waiting and there's still more to do. There's always another level to reach, another goal to chase, another part of yourself to discover. This journey will never end because life itself is the ultimate challenge. And the only way to truly live is to keep growing, keep evolving, and keep moving forward. So don't stop now. Don't let fear, doubt, or fatigue take control. Every battle you face from this point forward is an opportunity to show yourself what you're made of. It's not about the outcome, it's about who you become along the way. And the best part is, you already have everything you need to win. The strength, the courage, the discipline, it's all within you. You've proven that by coming this far. The question now isn't whether you'll win, it's how far you'll go. How much more can you push? How much more can you grow? The possibilities are endless, but only if you stay in the fight. Remember, it's you versus you, and the only way to lose is to quit. But quitting isn't in your nature, not anymore. You've come too far, learned too much, and grown too strong to go back now. So keep moving forward, keep fighting, keep becoming. This is your life, and you are in control. It's you versus you, and you were born to win not just once, but every day for the rest of your life. Winning every day for the rest of your life means embracing the fact that you are both your greatest ally and your toughest opponent. It means understanding that the real fight is not about external achievements, but about mastering yourself. It's about becoming the version of you who rises, adapts, and perseveres no matter what life throws your way. Each day is an opportunity to dig deeper into who you are and refine the person you're becoming. The battle isn't easy, but that's what makes it worth fighting. There will be days when the weight of the world feels unbearable, when the voice inside whispers that you're not enough, that you're too tired, too broken, or too far behind. But that's when you need to remember, the fight isn't supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be worth it. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But you've chosen the harder path. You've chosen to rise above the excuses, the fear, the fatigue. And that choice alone makes you powerful beyond measure. On some days, the only victory will be getting through. And that's okay. Not every day will be a breakthrough or a sprint toward your goals. Some days are simply about survival, about staying in the fight, holding your ground, and refusing to back down. Those days matter just as much as the big wins. They're the glue that holds everything together, the silent victories that prepare you for the next chapter. As you progress, you'll realize that the real power lies not just in accomplishing goals, but in falling in love with the process. It's about embracing the grind, trusting the journey, and finding joy in the struggle. There's a quiet satisfaction in knowing that every moment of discomfort, every early morning, and every late night is shaping you into the person you were destined to become. Success, you'll find, is less about what you achieve and more about who you become in pursuit of your dreams. But the truth is, there will never be a finish line. Life will always evolve, and so will you. The moment you think you've arrived is the moment you stop growing. And that's when you start losing. That's why this fight is ongoing. Each time you overcome one version of yourself, a new, stronger version will emerge, and with it, new challenges. The journey will demand more from you, but it will also give you more strength, more wisdom, more confidence. You must constantly set new goals, raise your standards, and expand your vision. Don't settle for good enough. Don't get comfortable with mediocrity. Growth only happens on the edge of discomfort, where fear and uncertainty live. If you're not a little scared, you're not aiming high enough. If the journey isn't challenging, it isn't changing you. You versus you is a daily promise to yourself, a promise to keep going no matter how hard it gets, to keep evolving no matter how far you've come, and to never let yesterday's success lull you into complacency. It's a promise to rise each morning with a fire in your heart, knowing that every breath you take is a chance to become better than you were the day before. At some point, people will look at your journey and see only the results, the accomplishments, the accolades, the things you've achieved. What they won't see are the nights you doubted yourself, the sacrifices you made, or the times you had to fight battles no one knew about. But that's okay, because this journey isn't for them. It's for you. It always has been. And when you reach those moments of doubt, and they will come, remind yourself why you started. Think back to the version of you that once dreamed of standing where you are now. That version of you knew that this journey wouldn't be easy, but chose to begin anyway. You owe it to that version of yourself to keep going, to see it through. There's something profoundly liberating about realizing that the only competition that truly matters is the one with yourself. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone else. You don't need the applause or the validation. What matters is that you know you're giving your best. What matters is that you are becoming the person you were meant to be. Every day is a new battle. Every moment is a new choice. And the beauty of it all is that it's up to you. No one else gets to decide whether you win or lose, only you do. That's the power of you versus you. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the version of yourself that's afraid to try. But fear can't stop you unless you let it. Doubt can't win unless you quit. So here's the truth. The journey will never be perfect, and you will never be finished. But that's the point. Life is not about reaching a destination. It's about becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming the best version of yourself. And that version of you, it's waiting for you to rise, to push forward, to keep fighting even when it's hard, even when it's dark, even when it feels like you're miles away from where you want to be.